Hey guys, welcome back to Animal Fact Cafe. I'm Kyla. I'm not in my normal spot. I feel like I say that every time. And you will see cats running around in the background. Banjo's with his wife. So I'm looking for my phone. I'm recording on my phone. Good lord. It is 90 degrees outside, y'all. It's fucking hot. I went to like a park I used to go to back where I lived down here. Stayed for like 20 minutes and then left because it's fucking hot as balls. And it's recommended if you're on meds and have asthma not to go outside. And I unfortunately have both. So I did like a sinus rinse, so I feel like I'm gonna be like clearing my throat a lot, which is gonna suck for me with editing because I'm not on my mini mic, I'm on my actual mic, which means I have to edit the audio separately, which is super fun. Actually, I really like editing, but some days, man, I currently don't have Wi-Fi at my house, so I'm trying to record these now so that way I can get it all together, since tomorrow is indeed Tuesday and that's when I'm leaving. So I'm trying to pull up my fucking notes, but I'm struggling. What are y'all doing? I can't. Today we're going to be talking about some weird animal facts that I've just found recently online or on TikTok or YouTube, or my mom told me one of these and she's like, did you know this? And I'm like, kinda. Like, I knew excuse me. I knew it was a thing, but like, what did I just do? But yeah, I did a lot of research, y'all. So hopefully no Google searches for me today. So first we're going to talk about frogs, wood frogs specifically, and how they freeze to hibernate. So frogs are cold-blooded, so that means that the air around them is the same as their body temperature. So they hibernate by nestling down into the forest floor, and they stay there until early spring when worms are active and they can lay eggs and mate and blah, blah, blah. So these frogs that hibernate underwater take longer to become active, so they must breed later. These frogs need permanent water so they won't dry out, blah, 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 blah. Wood frog's liver produces a large amount of glucose that flushes into their cells, so this glucose helps them prevent their cells from freezing. So the outside of them will freeze, like it said that there would be sometimes like a layer over their eye or a layer, some like ice crystals on their skin and stuff, but their actual cells don't freeze, so that keeps them alive and it prevents dehydration. While outside of them is developing ice crystals, so they literally sit there and stay frozen. And they spend the whole winter frozen, and they become active in the early spring. And yeah, so that's interesting to me that they can. What the fuck are y'all doing? Then, this one's funny to me. Hippos are terrifying creatures, honestly. This is like a bad time for me to be doing this because they're on crack mode right now. But hippos use poop as a defense mechanism. So hippos use calls to be able to talk to one another. And when they hear a call that's not familiar, and they can hear from over like a mile away. When they hear this call that's not familiar, they will whip their tail and fling poop. So it says let loose a dramatic spray of poop. And they also use their poop to mark their territory, but this is like a defense thing. And I was reading, there was like a study, and most of the time when they heard a call that was not from their people, their group, they would release poop and do this thing. So I thought that was interesting and kind of disgusting, but cool. Chimps can get drunk. So I know there's a lot of animals in the animal kingdom that drink like fermented shit and get high or get drunk. And I thought this was interesting. West African chimps regularly drink palm sap, which is alcoholic from fermenting. And there's been like researchers that watch them. They fold a leaf to make like a leaf sponge, and they will soak up the sap and drink it. And they notice that after drinking this sap that most chimps would like go to sleep like directly after. So they're like a sleepy drunk. And then there were some that would not be able to settle and just like running around being like, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what to do. And they do this themselves. Like they do this for fun. And apparently this sap has 3% alcohol, which is like the equivalent of like, I feel like there's some seltzers that are like 3% alcohol. This is what they do, but apparently they have similar receptors as humans to alcohol, where they enjoy it. I don't enjoy alcohol. I hate getting drunk. I've never actually been drunk, I don't think. I've been like tipsy, and even that's enough for me. I don't like being not in control, you know what I mean? Monkeys, monkey see, monkey do. They like it too. That rhymed. That might be the fucking title, y'all. Honey badgers are very interesting, and I contemplated making a whole episode about honey badgers, but we're going to talk about them for a minute. So honey badgers are weird. They're very, very hardy animals. They can survive so many fucking things, and they also eat snake meat. Like that encompasses like 25% of their diet. But the weird part is they eat venomous snakes, but they have evolved to be able to have an immunity to the venom. They also eat scorpions, and they're immune. Now, they're not completely immune, but like they can eat most of them without like repercussions. They also, I was reading, they eat bee larvae. Now, they're called honey badgers because they like honey, but most of the time they prefer the larvae over the honey. So the bee larvae, not honey larvae. What the fuck am I saying? So they prefer bee larvae. And they will literally tolerate getting stung hundreds of times to eat it. So they don't give a fuck. And it says that even if they get stung, bit, whatever, they don't die. But other animals might. So they're very hardy. They're fucking crazy. But it says badgers have evolved a special kind of immunity to the toxins in snake venom. There was a study in 2015 saying that honey badgers evolved a series of genetic mutations that... Do you ever stop meowing? That prohibit snake venom from toxins from binding to cellular receptors that would signal their nervous system to shut down. So basically, in less sciencey fancy terms, that means that their cells have evolved to have a mutation that... So like if we were to go eat a snake and get bit, we would die because we don't have that mutation that doesn't shut down our body. Because most of the time, your immune system is supposed to respond to shit, and it's like, oh shit, that's bad. And our body's response is to just end it all, just shut down. They're like, we can't take this. Theirs doesn't, but I'm sure there's cases that of certain snakes and shit that have killed it, but over time, they have evolved. So my mom told me this one, that eagle's eyes are actually way more than its brain, and I did more research into this. So eagles have very good vision. That's why you hear the term like eagle eye or whatever. But this has to deal with the density of the cells in their eyes, and this broke my fucking brain, because anytime people start talking about cells, my brain shuts off. I'm like, if I cannot visualize something, it doesn't exist to me, and this is why I suck at biology and science, because anytime people are talking about cells or like molecules and shit, I can't picture it in my head, so therefore it doesn't exist to me, and therefore I will not understand it. But I found something that kind of explained it a little better. So you have rods and cones in your eyes. Rods register the shape of objects, while cones register details. Rods also are responsible for low light vision and like your peripheral, while cones are responsible for color vision and detail when it's really fucking bright. So essentially, I read that apparently, yeah. So their eyes are 5 times more dense of rods and cones than a human eye. So that's why that shit weighs more in their fucking brain, which is crazy. And then going along with eyes, we're going to talk about owl eyes. So owls don't have eyeballs. They have eye tubes, which is like weird. So their eyes are shaped in like tubular, I just think of like a surfer, in tubular tubes, so they don't move in the socket like our eyeballs do or other animals' eyeballs do. So that's why they have to move their entire bodies to look at something. So since moving their torsos would make noise that would alert what they're trying to eat, their prey, they have evolved to be able to just move their neck 270 degrees, and it says essentially silently, to be able to look at something, which is really cool. But yeah, just the I don't understand the eyeball thing. I will have to... Does somebody want a cat? I'm so done with him right now. He's been eating plastic. He kept me up all night. He's eating my marker bag. He's crying when there's a friend in here for him, and he's ignoring her because he's antisocial like his mom. Anyway, I'll try to insert a picture of, like, the explanation of their eyes because it's interesting to me. Just, I don't know, it's like a weird shape. But yeah. So, those are all the facts I found. I might be doing a podcast about goldfish, which I feel like most people will be like, that's fucking boring. I think it's cool. So we will talk about that next time. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Animal Fact Cafe. Again, follow my TikToks and my cat's Instagram that I haven't posted on. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.